This is what I'm talking about, everybody. We are back in the ring. This is Trey Amazing, part-time stripper, part-time megachurch pastor, but I am the full-time dating commentator. This is Ringside Presents Corner Confessions, and I am back with an intrepid guest. She made a lot of noise the first time. She brought a lot of positive energy, and I'm digging the tidal wave of energy she's bringing again today. We're talking about London Bridges in the house, once again inside the ring, and she is here to do her thing. She is here to bring some enlightenment on a topic that we're going to dive all into balls deep today. So, London Bridges, first and foremost, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, this topic I've been anticipating since our first interview. You brought this up. Can't remember if you brought it up while we were filming or after we wrapped up, but you brought up hoe commandments and hoe dating. And when you mentioned it, I'm like, wow, that would be a very interesting video. That needs to be its own video in and of itself. I couldn't resist the urge. I have been anticipating this ever since. So, but before we got into it, talking about hoe dating, what was the inspiration or what is the drive behind why, this form of dating practice needs to be implemented by many?
Well, mainly because, I'm a single woman, a single sex working woman living in Atlanta. Let's put the emphasis on living in Atlanta.
living in the A.
I am single and living in Atlanta, and I'm tired. I am sick and I'm tired, and I'm tired of being sick and tired. So, being in this community, in the BDSM community, in the sex working industry, I started really realizing that I was getting more respect from my clients and from people who wanted to receive any type of services from me than people who were trying to pursue me in an intimate relationship. Mm-hmm. And it just gave me like the audacity, like you want the most intimate parts of me, you want the most sacred side of me, but the people who don't even get to see that side of me give me more respect and respect my time, respect my energy, and trick on me and spoil me and do everything that I require in a relationship for the most part. So I just started thinking like, you know what? I'm about to start dating how I move in the sex working industry. I'm about to do everything how I do it with my clients, and then some, of course, because, I still have my boundaries with my clients. I'm not a full service sex worker, so I don't have sex for money. I don't, do the blow jobs. I don't do the hand jobs. I don't do none of that. I'm a tease queen. I'm, BDSM, a pro sub, stuff like that. But, and able to get to the extra, to the more, to the parts of me that are more sacred, you have to at least meet these requirements. Mm-hmm. I vet my customers, so why shouldn't I vet my lovers? I put them through a process of making sure that we are in alignment with each other, so why not do that with a potential lover? Mm-hmm. It doesn't make sense to me how I've been in the vanilla world for, a little second of my life, but when I've never dated people who prioritized my needs and prioritized my boundaries and prioritized my traumas and triggers and stuff like that. The only time I've experienced that type of love and affection and, paying attention to me was through DOMs or through clients who want to see me, for like a whole weekend or something, or whatever it may be. So, that's a long version of how I got to this idea, but for the most part, that's how.
Okay. No, I really, you know, you just mentioned in terms of being a sex worker, but being a sex worker does not necessarily constitute exchanging actual sex or blowjobs for money. It encompasses many other things. So I like how you kind of illuminated that, because again, I know I've fallen victim to that belief. You know, years ago, I thought if someone was a sex worker, oh, they have sex for money. You know, whether it be, you know, just intercourse or whatever, they exchange. But then realizing that that doesn't encompass, you know, the entire gamut. And I do feel like there needs to be a destigmatization of it. Probably saying the word wrong, that's all good.
Sound right to me.
I'm not at work, so that's all good. So in our last interview, I mean, that was my first time interviewing you, and you are a pro sub. You were the first pro sub on my channel. So you indirectly became the face of sub because you were the first representing on my channel. And learning more about what you do and how you got into it. And towards the end, we talked about the whole commandments of dating, or the 10 whole commandments of dating. And that is why we're here. So I think this video kind of serves as a sequel to your first video, because the first video did very well. But this topic, I'm like, yeah, we can have some fun with this, but at the same time, be very educational. So we talked about, or you mentioned the 10 whole commandments of dating. And I'm not sure if you come in here, you know, you radiant like Moses, you got your slab. Well, he has slabs, you have a smartphone. So, but it's actually, you know, it's about the same thing, I guess. But have you actually outlined 10 whole commandments that not only for yourself, but you feel like other women or even some men can possibly benefit or see a benefit in their dating?
I definitely have. I sat down with myself. I went through a period in my life. I think we're always going through like periods in our lives every quarter. But at that moment, I was I was in a really dark space, and you know, like really like reflecting on the friends that I've had in my life and the lovers that I've allowed to come into my life, and you know, stuff like that. And like I said, I was just tired of it. You know, I was just completely tired of it. So I sat down, I took out my book. I like to write in sketchbooks. I don't know, I just feel like everything is art that I write, so it's going in a sketchbook. So I took out my sketchbook and I just started writing things out. And something like, you know, I started like crossing them out. And I'm not gonna lie, I had Biggie's 10 crack commandments in the background. Because I'm like, you know, I just need a little bit of inspiration, because that's where it really like,
Brooklyn in the house.
It kind of hit home for me. I was like, they got some crack commandments. Why can't I have a whole commandment?
No reason why you can't.
Why not? So I actually wrote them down, and I started like really like, before I actually had like a good like 20 to 30, but I really narrowed down 10 main commandments that were very important to me, and that I feel like a lot of women and men, I believe so, but women for the most part, because I am a woman, Black woman to be exact. So I really feel like women can really benefit from it, because even when I speak, you know, in vanilla spaces that are, you know, dating positive spaces, not really so much sex positive, but every time I come into places, I always bring that sex positive energy. And
you have great sex positive energy.
Oh, thank you. But every time I go into the space, when I bring that energy, they're just like, tell me more. I'm like, yeah, girl, what you mean? That's a no for me. No, we can't do that. Like, I let people know from the jump who I am, what I like, what I don't like, what I want, you know, what I not even expect, or what I feel that you as a partner can offer in this partnership that we are creating. And I really do feel like a lot of women can benefit off of it. You know, it's starting off as, you know, a social experiment, but I'm hoping that it'll become something more, something bigger. You know, maybe a book will come out of it. I'm definitely going to be vlogging the experience, because I'm going to be using my 10 whole commandments as I date. and I will be, vlogging the experience, my dating experience. If the guy was like, nah, or if the guy was like, yeah, or woman, because I am a very fluid dater.
Look, I ain't mad at that. I think this video will serve as the first New Testament to the 10 hoe dating dilemmas, because I do agree. We're going to make a hashtag out of it, because again, I've never heard of it. And I think use this opportunity to be the first on the record to say, look, these are the 10, hoe commandments of dating, authored by London Bridges. Okay? So this is your New Testament. All right? And I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready to hear these 10 hoe commandments. And I'm pretty sure the viewers and subscribers are too. So without further ado, don't leave us in suspense. What is the number one hoe commandment?
Okay.
Thou shalt not.
Hey, let me fill it up again. Hold on. I don't know where it went. It just disappeared on me, but hold on. I got you.
While you're doing that, everybody who's out there watching, make sure you hit that like button, drop some comments down below, constructive comments, and most importantly, make sure you subscribe to this channel. And if you're out there on Facebook, go ahead to the top of Facebook and click on their search bar, type in Ringside LLC, find the private Facebook group, and request to join. And either myself or one of the admins will admit you. And yeah, again, just want to circle back and say again, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Tell your folks, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your family members, tell people you don't even like, tell strangers. Make sure, tell them about the channel and subscribe. And again, we are here, we're talking about hoe commandments. I'm ready to hear them. I'm intrigued, so let me have it.
Okay, so I only have 5 written down. The other 5 you will have to get when you subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Which
and
is?
My YouTube channel, so I'm going to change it because I want it to be easier for you guys to find. I'm going to make it the same as my social media right now. It's London Bridges. It's kind of hard to find alone because London Bridges is a popular name. So, God willing, it will be London Level Up. God willing. But right now it is London Bridges.
Okay.
And you could definitely follow the rest of the 10 hoe commandments and how I instill it into my dating life on my YouTube.
Okay.
But number 1 is you come first.
Now, when you say you come first, I'm assuming every version of the word come, right?
That's very good, yes.
Or is that just my nasty? Maybe I'm just being nasty. But...
You being nasty, but we on the same frequency.
Okay.
So yes, you do come first. And I'm speaking to women. I'm speaking to women on that part. Because yes, a lot of men do have, they like to come first and then they forget about us. And it's a sad story. But you come, see you am first, and you come first because you do come first. Whether it is, I don't even know where to start with it. Sex, or even what you like, what it is that you need. When you're going into something, put yourself first. You're not putting this person that you don't know first. You're not putting their needs and their priority first. You're putting you first. Because when it comes down to it, when you come first and you become more so in tune with your star player, with your main self, with who you are, it's not easy for people to come in and be like, okay, well, this is how it's done. Well, no, sir, this is my life. This is my body. This is my path. I know how this goes. So you can't tell me what to do or how to do things. And also, it's not easy for people to manipulate you. Let's be real. There's a lot of, toxic motherfuckers out there in this world, and that get into relationships just so that they can manipulate somebody once they have put in their heart into it. I'm one of those people that I love very hard. My heart lives in my vagina. I say that all the time. My heart is there. That is why I'm not a full service sex worker, because I fall in love with people if you fuck me right.
Ooh.
That is who I am. Once you put this dick inside of me, or strap, or whatever it may be, once we have sex, we go together. We go together. So because of that, I tend to put my whole spirit into that person, into pleasing that person. I put that person before I put myself. And that's not safe, that's not okay. And I've been in so many abusive relationships because I put that person before I put myself, because they may have had a lot more than I had, and they made it seem like they were more intelligent than me. And because I do like to date older people, I do like to date people who seem to be on a higher frequency than me, and because I like to learn from people. You know, being a submissive, it is very easy to people please in a toxic way. So if you put yourself first, it would be so, I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, because dating is never easy. But
it ain't easy.
no, it's not.
But we gotta do it.
But we got to do it if we want to, you know, find love and have a family and have a partnership. So I think the first step to creating and finding that partnership is by putting yourself first. And I feel like when you do that, you will attract a lover, you know, even customer, but a lover who will respect that. And they also put themselves first, but in not in a toxic way, in a very positive way, where it's like, you know, I'm focused on my healing. You know, I know what I've done. I know the work that I've done. So because I'm putting myself first, I'm not allowing you to penetrate my energy with any negativity. If you have it, if you're hiding it with your representative, because a lot of people like to hide behind their representative.
Okay. First Amendment, you come first.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Number 2 is always set boundaries first. Setting boundaries, you know, in the BDSM community, even in, you know, the full sex working community, we set boundaries. You know, what are my hard limits? What are things that I am able to do for you? What do you think I can do for you? We don't communicate that. We just see somebody we like, and we say, I like this person. I like what they have. Exterior wise, they have everything I need. But sometimes when we get closer to somebody, we start to realize that that person is not everything that we want. So then we're like, okay, you're not exceeding my expectations.
Sometimes they don't even meet the expectations.
They don't even meet it.
Let alone exceed them.
So here's the thing. We need to release expectations. Expectations, fuck them. I don't have any I don't expect you to do anything for me, especially right now, if we're getting to know each other. So release those expectations and instill boundaries.
Okay.
Intentions are very important. What are your intentions for me? You know, what do you want from me? I always ask people, like, when I have a customer come into my life and they fill out the application and everything, what do you want from me? If they can't tell me what they want, then we gonna have to like communicate some things. You know, a lot of times I like to work with people who are, you know, pretty, you know their way around, but that's in a perfect world if we're gonna get all of that. So what are your intentions for me? For example, if a man says, my intentions are to get married in like a year, and I want my wife to cook, clean, but also have a job and pay half the bills. Well, baby, that ain't me. And I'm not even gonna act like I am for you, because that's not fair to you, and that's not fair to me. I say, well, my intentions are to fall in love, to have companionship first. Have companionship and friendship first, then start dating. Then, you know, I might fall in love with you within the companionship. But the dating part is where we start to like add whatever we spoke about in the beginning, you know? But I'm a type of person, I'm a kept woman. I will have all my bills paid. I won't even know what the first of the month is, because all my bills will be paid. I will not work a job. I will have my businesses, and I do plan on helping my husband run his business as well while I'm running my own businesses. I do plan on having children. I do plan on being an at-home wife. You know, I do plan on cooking and cleaning, all that stuff, but I don't want the pressure of having to pay half the bills. I don't want the pressure of paying the bills if I'm going to be a wife, a mother, and a business partner to you. That's not happening. So, you know, I set those boundaries. There's a lot more, but, you know, I set little things like that. If that's the conversation that arises. If that person, you know, is saying, you know, that's not for me, I want to work a 9 to 5 and I would like my wife to work a 9 to 5, well, I don't know if we could even be friends, but have a beautiful life. If you need anything, you know, if you want to hang out, who knows, hit me up, but we're not for each other. So setting those boundaries is very important because it releases the expectations, because expectations create heartbreak.
Well, I think also that communication, and a lot of people probably don't have that blunt and direct communication from the beginning, sometimes out of fear or hesitation. But I think that communication, I think what's most important about that is having that gives that person a choice. And I think you alluded to that. It's like, look, if we're meeting and I'm having, you know, we're talking about boundaries and I'm telling you, this is what it is, this is what it's not, this is what I will do, this is what I won't, then you're putting the ball in the other person's court to say, look, okay, I can hang with that, or no, I can't hang with that, so, you know, we don't have to waste each other's time, we don't have to waste my time, I definitely don't have to waste your time, we can keep it moving, maybe just maintain a professional friendship, or maybe just a friendship on social media, but at least having that conversation, we can eliminate the bullshit, eliminate the majority of bullshit, and just know you have a choice, you can decide to move forward, or decide to hang back. So I really like that, setting boundaries. So,
yeah. And, you know, I'll say this is going to be a bonus, you know, a bonus because one of them is communication. And I didn't write that down, but that is a bonus. So you guys are going to get sick today. But communication is key. You know, we don't communicate with one another. You know, I know setting boundaries is a form of communication and stuff like that. But setting boundaries and communication are two separate things in my eyes. I feel like they are. Yeah, we're communicating the boundaries, but also we have to communicate other things as well within this, whatever this is, this situationship that's blooming. You know, we need to have a form of communication before anything. And, you know, friendship. Why not? You know, like, why not have friendship? Because we were able to communicate with our friends, but we always rush into, once we see something we're like, okay, fuck the friendship, you're mine. And it's like, whoa, hold on, chill out. But that communication is key. And me being, and I don't know if it's because I'm an Aquarius or what, but I love to communicate. I love to ask questions. I love to answer questions. It's not bothering me. That's literally one of my love languages, to have a conversation, you know? So definitely that communication is so key with building anything with anybody. So that was a bonus for you guys.
All right.
Number, I guess number
We're on 3.
3 now. Okay, so I'm gonna read it how it is.
Okay, bust it.
Don't ever credit your time. Nothing in life is free, especially you and your pussy or pussy. That's what I like to say.
Pussy, we bougie now.
Yeah, this some bougie pussy, okay? And it's not free.
Okay.
I know I said I'm not a full service sex worker, but this is not free. My time is not free. My energy is not free. Nothing about me is free. I look good. I smell good. The weed I smoke is good. I'm good, okay? It's not free. And I feel like once every single woman understands that and respects that, everything could be simple. You know? I don't feel like, because a lot of times, 10 times out of 10, not 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10,
10 times out of 10.
10 times out of 10, he's coming into your life. He's sliding your DMs, he's stopping you on the street, he coming into your life. You minding your black-owned business, or, you know, whoever is watching, but I'm black, so I'm minding my black-owned business. Minding my business. I'm free. I'm single. People ask me, why am I single? Because I like it here. I like my peace. I don't wake up with anxiety. When I fall in love, I wake up with anxiety because I'm always worried about the person. But I love it here.
Anxiety is no fun.
Anxiety is no fun. I love it here. But when somebody comes into my life, you want something or some things from me. I'm a healing woman. A lot of people that gravitate to me are people who need healing. Now, people who don't need healing, you know, they come to me too. But I'm a balance of light and dark. So people who are of my shadow definitely come to me. You know, people who are of my light definitely come to me too. But people of that shadow come to me. So it's up to me, you know, within my boundaries. I'm staying within my boundaries and I'm paying attention to the energy that comes to me. And that's when I sit here and I say to you, this man or whoever's coming into my life, what do you want from me? I want this, that, and other. I want a woman that does this. I want a woman that does that. I want a... Okay, all right. It just so happens that I do that. I do cook. I do clean. I do all of that. Okay, that's not free. How dare you come into my life? How dare you come to Empress and not offer her anything?
No tribute,
no nothing. No love offering, no nothing. You ain't give me no flowers. You ain't offer to pay a bill. You ain't offer to give me a love, nothing. But you want me to cook for you. You want me to clean for you. You want me to bend over for you. You want me to give you this pussy magic. That's what you want. Because that's what I have. That's what you're attracted to. I radiate it. Like it literally, it's off me. You can smell it down the block.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give you an ultimatum. Within 1 or 2 years, I'm gonna need you to have a shirt made that says "Pussy Magic."
Pussy Magic.
Pussy. I'm learning. I'm learning. Pussy Magic.
Pussy Magic.
Okay. When I think Pussy, I'm like, well, goddamn. So the countdown, 1 to 2 years, I want to see Pussy Magic.
Baby, I may have it in like by my birthday. Who knows?
A hashtag or something. We gotta. Okay, because I'm like, okay, that's very illuminating. So
it's a thing.
Okay, but continue. I just got caught up in Pussy Magic.
No, I feel you, but it's a thing. You know, pussy magic is a thing, and we could get into that too, because a lot of us women, I'm a high juju woman. I consider myself that because I am. Abundance follows me. Prosperity follows me. Even during my hardest times, it still follows me. My 10,000 unseen team, they're behind me at all times.
You know what? That's gotta be another video. That's gotta be a part 3. Again, just like you did with the first video, and you brought up the sequel. Here's where we are now. We have to have a video about Pussy Magic.
Listen, I could talk about that all day.
I'm curious, but I want to stay attached. I'm just now I gotta get that out of my head. Okay.
We definitely gonna have that conversation because it's a thing. You know, a lot of men need women. You know, they need the magic that we hold. A lot of us, especially me, I'll talk about me. You know, my pussy heals. You know, when a lot of guys, our pussy, this is a vortex. It's a vortex. It's a vortex for manifestation. Children are not the only things we manifest. Children are physical manifestations that we create as man and woman. But it's up to woman to exceed, to go through with that manifestation and push it out. But we also have a vortex of healing in there too. We have it's a whole portal. It's a portal. So if I allow you to enter your stick into my portal, okay, that means whatever you're feeling, whatever energy you're feeling, whatever it is, if you're feeling fucked up, if your money not right, your energy is not right, you're putting that into me. And it's up to me as a woman to know how to manifest that into something positive for you. And also for me, because now it's in my body. And now I need to release it. I'm going to release it with orgasm. But I can't just allow anybody to come into this space. Now you're hurt. You just lost somebody in your life, or your money's not right. Now you're putting it on me to help you fix that. What are you offering me? This pussy is not for free. You need to come in here. You need to come correct. You need to put on. You need to protect me. You need to provide for me. You need to do all of that. And if you're not willing to do that, I mean, I'm going to smell you from a mile away. I know a cheap nigga from... I know a person that's not going to be there and provide for me and who literally just wants to use me for what I have. You know, that's where my boundaries come into place. So, you know, nothing in life is free. Don't ever credit your time. Okay. And I think Biggie also said it too. He said, nothing is credit. Nothing is credited. Don't credit your time. As the sex workers, you gotta pay up front. Mm-hmm. You're not, what you mean? You're not getting the dance and then, no, you pay for the dance first. And then you tip during the dance. Mm-hmm. You know? But everything else, nah, you need to put a price on that shit. Okay. And don't be afraid, because women be so afraid. They're like, I remember I said that once, and a woman was just like, I'm not a prostitute. I'm like, well, bitch, maybe you need to be. Maybe you need to be. Because us hoes, we living our best lives out here, while you out here struggling with your baby daddy, who's not paying for your dog, paying for your child, who's not, your child needs clothes. The water bill needs to be paid, and you had a baby for this man. And it's not adding up for me. Maybe you need to start acting like a hoe, thinking like a hoe, and moving like a hoe to have a more prosperous, abundant life with the partner that you choose. Right. So
it's mathematics on point.
I'm saying, get it together.
Okay.
What number was that?
I think that was 4.
4.1. Yeah. Okay. So number 5, don't be afraid to spin the block on the good ones.
Okay, break that down.
Okay. So we always say, you know, yeah, our new favorite song in social media now is "I'll be a fool to go back to my ex-boyfriend." Mm-hmm. Baby, call me a clown because I'm going back.
You said you don't, or you will?
I will,
okay.
If it's a good one.
Okay.
Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I was the best girlfriend all my life. You know, like I've left a couple good ones because I was toxic. I've left a couple good ones because, you know, I was too busy cheating on people and all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. And just like, you know, sex workers, if we, for instance, we leave the game for a little bit, we come back, we're gonna go through this trap phone, the old phone that we had, and be like, he was a good spender. He may get my bills paid. Let me hit him up real quick. Mm-hmm. I feel like, you know, I've never ever spin the block. I've never went back to an ex. I went back to a fuck buddy. Mm-hmm. I went back to that, you know, there's only one that I've done. And every few years, I'm like, hey, you know, what that dick do? Still dicking? Is that dick still dicking? Is that thing still thing? Because you know. But I've never went back to a person before that I was in a relationship with. Granted, you know, all of them were trash except for one. Mm-hmm. Well, no, except for one. There was only one that was good. Only one. And
there's some good ones out there, right?
Is the one. There's only one good one.
There is a good one out there.
There is. Well, for me, there is.
Right.
So, in light of my 10 whole commandments, you know, I didn't have the intentions on doing it, but, you know, I went back home to New York, and...
Where are you from?
I am from Long Island and the Bronx. Best of both worlds.
Okay.
So, I went back to the Bronx, because that's where all my friends, all my peoples is. I didn't really have that many friends in Long Island. But all my peoples is in the Bronx. Went back, saw my ex, sparks. Just sparks. I was just like, oh, you're still looking good. And first of all, this man has been in my life since we were 11 years old. We've been in love with each other since we were 11 years old. So I was just like, you know what? He went through a hard time in his life. You know, I'm willing to be there for him. And I was like, yo, like, he's tatted on me and everything. We tatted on each other, child. It's a little
love.
story. This love, honey. This love.
Y'all were barely in your double digits and you found each other in love.
Man, listen. First kiss, first everything. Well, not everything. I didn't have sex with him for the first time. He was very mad at that. But, you know, I say that to say because he was a good person. You know, he was always good to me. He's always still been in my life. He's always protected me. We've stayed in each other's lives and been best friends with each other. You know, not everybody's gonna have that experience. You know, I'm saying this, but not everybody's gonna have that experience. But because he's always been good to me, and he's always been chasing me. That's another thing. This man been chasing me all these years too. I was like, you know what? Let me instill myself into your life. And I'm willing to be this healing energy for you. Whatever it is, I'll give this pussy up so you could put your pain, and I'll try to manifest as much as I can into positive energy. I'm willing to do that for you. You feel me? But because he was such a good person, and because I was always spoiled, and I was always like, you know, I was young when we broke up. You know, we was children. I'm an adult. Like, a lot of people you can't go back on and be like, oh, now you think I'm good? Now you've been in these streets. Now you see I'm good? But I'm able to do that because we was kids, and now I'm 30 now. I'm able to, like, you know, say, okay, I'm different. I'm not the same child I was that was cheating on you all the time. You know, I could, you come pick me up from the streets again. But taking my time, though, because we're friends first. You know, he matches everything within my 10 commandments. Everything in my 10 commandments. I was like, oh, okay. I'm willing to date you and see where this goes while I date others. You know, because I'm still going to date. You know, I'm only dating. We're not in a relationship. But I wasn't afraid. We're not exclusive. He said, yeah. We're not exclusive. But, you know, I'm going to spin the block and see what if that dick's still dicking. And I'm going to see if that, you know, if he's still tricking. You know, I'm going to see if he's still, and yeah.
Bars.
Dick's still dicking and he's still tricking. Baby, come over here. Come to mama. Let's see what that do. But also communicate. And listen, I'm going to be dating other people. I know you're going to be dating other people. So I'm going to be dating other people. But communicating my intentions. But don't be afraid to spin the block on that good one. You know? Okay. If you didn't hurt them too bad. But don't be afraid to spin the block on them, because you may have a blessing that you actually didn't know you were prepared for or had in your life, and in due time that blessing will change your whole entire life. So I really feel like, you know, if you have somebody who's good, or, you know, who you've been with before, a lot of people gonna be like, bitch, what? I'm serious. I'm serious. Do not be afraid to spin the block on the good ones. And I put emphasis on the good ones, you know, because like I said, us hoes, listen, if times have been hard, or I've been out of the game for a minute and I decided to come back in the game, I'm definitely texting back my old tricks that I've had in the back in the day, or a year ago or 2 years ago, to see if they're still tricking, to see if they still got it. You know, send them a little thirst trap. Hey, baby, how you doing?
See, it's the thirst trap, right?
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I try to tell fellas on social media, like, yo, that's what it's called, a thirst trap for a reason, bro. It's a thirst trap for a reason. That's the bait. You step into it. Next thing you know, you paying rent. Didn't realize it all started with pictures. Again, it's a trap. You know, it's a trap, y'all. But I feel you know. I really think that. And again, you know, like you said earlier, the other 5 commandments will be on your blog, when you write a book, all your information will be in the description, how people can find your social media, and because you know, on social media you're popping, we're seeing each other at events, you know, you certainly, you know, you make a great name for yourself, and again, folks know you, men and women know you, and, you know, again, I think that this is the first testament, the first brick to a bigger mansion, because again, you have something to build on, because again, I've never, you know, I'm not saying I know everything and I've been everywhere, I have never heard the 10 whole commandments a day. So we're giving the viewers and subscribers 5, they want the other 5, they gotta come find you, they gotta come subscribe to you, you know, put your Cash App down there, let people know, like, look, this, what do we call it? We say magic? It ain't free. And so It ain't free, and the wisdom ain't free. But it is wisdom nonetheless. Wisdom that can very well save a lot of women out there. And some men too. But we're talking to the ladies right now, particularly the black women. And again, if what you've been doing hasn't worked, it hasn't yielded the results you've been looking for, why not try something different? And it's okay to try something different. Doesn't make you a bad person. Doesn't mean that you're out there, you're just trying a different alternative. So, again, my math was a little off. My counting was at all 5. You did 5?
Oh, we did like
4.5.
5.5.
Okay.
5 because y'all got a bonus with the communication.
They got 5 bonus. Okay, so we got them straight. So before we wrap this up, you have any appearances coming up? You have any other shows or any places where people can, see you do your thing, or if they want to get London Bridges, get you popping. How can they find you?
You could find me at London Level Up on all social platforms. My website is londonbridges.co. And coming up, actually later on today, I am doing Royal Excellence Weekend, a virtual experience with Just Fitting Jasmine, King Noir, and the Royal Fetish family.
Indeed.
So check to see if there's still tickets available. The link is in my bio for my Instagram and also my Twitter. But yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Honestly, this month is Freedom Month for me. So Freedom Month is, I escaped from being an involuntary sex slave 3 years ago this month. And October is Freedom Month. So typically I'm always super busy doing bookings, but to distract myself. But this year I am just having fun. I have a couple of bookings that I did for people I love. I did a little kiss and tell the other day.
We had a dope time.
So it was a great time. I'm always going to show up for Tyomi and Tiara and all the people over at a little kiss and tell. So I did that, and then I have the Royal Excellence Weekend. But this month, I am having fun. So if y'all want to DM me and say, oh yeah, there's a play party here, or there's a dance party here, DM me, invite me outside, because I'm going outside. I'm enjoying life, I'm experiencing life, and I'm enjoying my freedom.
Hey, you got the most important thing. What's that Cash App?
Oh, my Cash App is...
Or Zelle, or whatever.
Everything. Everything is London Level Up. I made it easy for y'all. Cash App, Venmo, what else? PayPal.
Zelle, PayPal, all that.
London Level Up. I made it very easy for you guys to find me. So if y'all like, London Level Up, I just sent you money, but I want to watch you on Instagram. Okay, well, London Level Up is my Instagram. So I made it very easy for you guys. So make sure you guys check me out. I will be having, I think I said this on the last interview, I will be having some lifestyle events coming up soon, and that's really what I've been low-key working on, is my lifestyle events and podcast stuff that I'm putting together. So stay tuned for that. I will have updates and everything for that, for everything that I'm doing on my website and on my social media.
That's what I'm talking about. We get it popping. Again, London Bridges is in the ring, gracing us with the 10 Health Commandments of Dating. She gave us 5. You want the other 5, you know what you got to do. The information will be in the description. Make sure you hit her up, slide in the DMs, let her know if that dick is dicking, and if you're tricking, get to tricking, and it's all good, okay? Because we're healing and we're making things happen. Once again, this is Trey Amazing, Ringside Corner Confessions, and again, we are out.